Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna do a recent finds video. Just before I kind of hit the sack tonight, just thought I would dive in and do a quick recent finds where I just pick five of the recent albums that have come into my collection. In the next day or two, I am going to be doing quite a few responses to some of the suggestions you guys made on the video I did like one or two videos ago, where you gave me some really good kind of topics and subjects to touch on, and I really like them all for that. For really get down to it. So thanks for that, and I'm going to be jumping all over those too as well. So let's just kind of dive right in and pick out five. And on the first one, I'm not going to do it blind. I'm actually going to just show this one because I really want to show it. And it's this one right here, which is on top of the covers, which is the new T-Pain album, right? And everybody kind of knows T-Pain. You know, he's a guy that really like took the whole auto tunes thing to a whole nother level, and made a pretty solid career off of it and everything else. But I went into the shop, and Billy was like, "Hey, have you heard that new T-Pain album?" Like, we are just in our conversations, and I was like, "No, not really." He was like, "Dude, you need to check that out." And I'm like, "T-Pain? Like, really?" And he was right. I mean, I checked it out, and this is a really, really cool album. It's again, it's called On Top of the Covers, and basically he just does a ton of covers. Really, he does "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke, "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, "Sharing the Night Together." You guys remember that soft rock song from back in the day? "Stay With Me," a Tennessee Whiskey. You guys know Chris Stapleton really made that a huge hit. "That's Life," which of course is a Sinatra song. And then he also does "War Pigs" by Black Sabbath. I mean, like, he's really all over the place on this album, but really kind of shows how skilled an artist that he is. And actually, when I was thinking about doing this, I was like, I think I might just drop a couple of quick little needle drops right here. So check this out.
Destruction, and the fields and bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, and hatred to mankind, poisoning that brainwashed mind.
I mean, yeah, to T-Pain, it's, to be able to do like War Pigs that well, and then also to be able to go right over and do "A Change Is Gonna Come." I mean, that's kind of impressive for a guy that they said, couldn't sing and all that stuff, So very, very cool album. Definitely recommend kind of checking that out. So let's kind of go into a second one here. Oh, another great one. Savage Garden, their self-titled album from 1997. This was one that I was so happy to see them press on vinyl. And it's not even one that, like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's so amazing. It's like my favorite band. I want it on vinyl. It's just one of those ones when I always thought about the 90s stuff that hasn't been pressed. This is just one that always came to mind of, it's a huge album and like it's never been pressed. So it was really cool to see this pop up the other day. But this came out in 97, I believe. And I mean, yeah, big hits like To the Moon and Back, and the sappy ballad Truly Madly Deeply, and yeah, I mean, they were what they were. They were a product of that 90s time frame. And I mean, I love them and I love this album. It's just so cool to see this album, that gigantic artwork and everything on vinyl. Just one of those great albums from the 90s to be pressed. 2 LP set on white vinyl. Very, very cool. Next year, this was a good pickup as well. Got this at a Half Price Books the other day when I was coming home from work and just thought, let me stop and just see what they had. And Half Price Books got in a really nice punk collection. So I picked up this Ramones Road to Ruin. I haven't confirmed the pressing on it. I don't think it's a first pressing. I think it's an early 80s pressing, but I haven't confirmed it yet. But I know the one that I have now is a 2005 reissue, so this is definitely an earlier one. But as you can see, just an absolute beautiful condition, and it gets me one step closer to having an OG of this, because there's only just a couple more Ramones albums that I need OG copies of. But I just want something to do. I want to be sedated, all that kind of great stuff on this album. So that was a really, really great pickup as well. And let's see, what else here? Another good one. I'm not gonna say, well, no, it is good, or I wouldn't have got it. But Gary Numan, Dance. This is his release from 1981. And of course, Gary Numan was one of the first to, I think, really, really commit to the synth in maybe a way that some other bands hadn't quite done yet in the 80s, like the early 80s, even though there were tons. But he just like 100% gave it all to the synthesizer. And so this is kind of a cool album. Like I said, it's his 81 release. And this one is really kind of absolute bare bones. It's just like very simplistic synthesizers. There's not a lot of music and stuff filling in the gaps. So you listen to it and it's just like, oh my God, could it be any more 80s than that? So it was kind of a cool pickup. It was only a couple of bucks, again, at the same Half Price Books. I went ahead and grabbed that. But definitely another cool one to add to the 80s collection. And what that's for. So one more. Let's see. Let's go towards the front here. What's this one? This is one I've been sitting down there for a while, actually. Extreme 6. There's been a ton of people that have talked about this. This is a new Extreme album that came out this year. 2 LP set on the, I don't know, kind of black and or red and black vinyl or whatever. It was so funny because when this first came out, I wasn't paying attention. I was waiting for the new Extreme album because I'd heard the single and all of that. And I was walking through the shop one day and I saw this, and in my mind it just registered as, oh, Planet of the Apes soundtrack came in. Like, I just didn't think to actually read it and see, oh, that's the Extreme album, because I had no idea what the cover looked like. So finally got my hands on it. And like I said, a ton of people have done reviews on it already. But I will say, for 2023, a band like Extreme that's out there still doing it, a very, very solid rock album. A couple of songs here and there I definitely wouldn't mind kind of tossing. But overall, I mean, there are some really, really great, just great hard rock songs on this album. So I was really, really pleased, actually getting a chance to check that one out. So there you go, VC. Just some more recent finds there. As always, let me know what you guys think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.